Hello everyone. In this video we will talk about what we can do from the solution of Buckley-Leverett equation. This is the equation derived from mass balance equation and this is the solution where we can follow a particular SW and we can find the distance traveled by that SW in given time tau using FW versus SW curve. So this is the curve that we can use. And we also have found out that in these kinds of equation which are hyperbolic equation we generally get a shock like I have shown here, and the shock front saturation can be found out by drawing a chord which is also a tangent, where this chord is tangent to the curve is SWF, which is the front saturation. And if we extend this line to FW is equal to 1, where it meets FW is equal to 1, we get the average saturation behind the front. So we get the average saturation behind the front. We are not talking about this part. So if we are given a time tau, or we are given the pore volume injected of water, then what we can find is we can find the position of front. How? We can find a chord that is also a tangent. Using that we can find SWF. Using that SWF, the slope of that FW versus SW curve at SWF will give us this slope, and we can find the xi of SWF, which is equal to tau, which is the pore volume injected, multiplied by dFW by dSW at SWF, and using this we can find the distance traveled by front at a given time. So at a given time we can also find the position of any saturation behind the front. So we have done that we will get only these saturation physically in our system. So if this is the front, here we will see the saturation, that are these saturation. In these saturations or these saturation we can find the position of any saturation. So how we can do that? We will select the saturation. For that saturation we will find the slope of FW versus SW curve at that particular SW. The tau or the pore volume injected is given, we will multiply it with tau, and that will give us the xi or the position of that particular SW, which is behind the front. Again, at a given tau, we can also find the average oil saturation behind the front. So for that we will use this formula, or if we want to take the help of curve, if we want to find the average saturation behind the front, then we will extend this line, and wherever this line cuts this is our SW bar, and no matter where our front is. So suppose at time tau 1 this is the position of front, and at time tau 2 the front will be the same because SWF remains same for all the time, and now our SW will look something like this. And in this case also we can find average saturation behind the front, and average saturation will still be the same. So average saturation does not change behind the front. So we can find also the total oil recovery in time tau. So what is happening when we are injecting water? We are producing only oil till the time this front reaches xi is equal to 1 or x is equal to L. So why is that? Because at x is equal to L at this point, or xi is equal to 1 at this point, our saturation of water is SWC, and at SWC water does not move. So the only fluid that is moving at xi is equal to 1 or x is equal to L is oil. So we are flowing only oil at this point, so we are producing only oil. So till the time this front reaches x is equal to L or xi is equal to 1, the total oil recovery is equal to tau, or the volume of water injected. And because I am writing it in terms of dimensionless time, so oil recovery will be the pore volume of oil recovered, and this will be the pore volume of water injected. Then we want to find out the time of breakthrough. That means we want to find out when water will break through to the producing well. That means our front will reach xi is equal to 1. So how we can find that? So that means we already know what is our SWF. We already know what is FWF. So this equation is always valid. So if this equation is valid, then we know that xi we can keep equal to 1, and we can find xi is equal to 1 should be equal to tau dfw by dsw of SWF. So that means if we want to find tau at which SWF will reach xi is equal to 1, we need to we need to find the inverse of the slope of this line, which is a chord and tangent to FW versus SW curve. So that means 1 by dfw by dsw at SWF will give me the time at which my front will reach xi is equal to 1, or I will see water breakthrough. Then I can also find the fractional flow of water. So that means if we are operating in a line drive, as I have shown in a previous video, then in that case when water reaches the producer well, at what water cut or what is the fraction of the water production that we will see when water starts producing, because it won't start gradually, the water will suddenly come in. So for that, this is SWF. When SWF, which is the front saturation, that reaches I is equal to 1, then FWF will be this quantity. So that means if this is 80%, so we will see suddenly 80% of water production and only 20% of oil as soon as water breaks through. So this becomes very important when we are doing surveillance of oil reservoir which are under water injection. So next we will see what happens after water has broken through. So once the water has broken through, this equation is still valid because this differential mass balance is still valid. Now our dimensionless time tau, or the pore volume of water injected, is greater than the time of breakthrough, pore volume of water injected needed for breakthrough. So what would happen then? So then at the time of breakthrough, my front has already reached x is equal to L. So after breakthrough, what is happening? That different saturations are reaching my x is equal to L or xi is equal to 1. So now at production also we are producing both oil and water. When we are producing both oil and water, how to find recovery? Because now recovery cannot be equal to the pore volume of water injected, because now we are producing water also. So that water we need to subtract to find the total oil volume that we have recovered. So how to do it? So for that we use mass balance. Suppose this is a saturation profile at tau which is greater than tau breakthrough. So our front saturation before the breakthrough was less than this saturation. So this is, let's say, SW1, and our SW1 is also greater than SWF, because we will see only these saturation in reality in our reservoir. So if we want to do now mass balance, I want to find out what is the total amount of water that is now present inside my porous medium. So for that I need to integrate whatever I have shaded here in red. So that will be SW minus SWC. I will again take a differential volume. So differential volume ADX multiplied by 5 will give me the pore volume, multiplied with SW minus SWC will give me the total water volume present in this differential volume dx. So if this is the case, if I integrate it from 0 to L, because now we are going from 0 to L as water saturation greater than SWC has reached xi is equal to 1, then this will give me the total extra water now that is present in the porous medium. Some water may have produced, we are not counting that, we are just counting what has been left behind in the porous medium. And that can also be written in terms of average saturation. So average saturation of water minus SWC multiplied by A phi L. A phi L is the total pore volume multiplied by the extra water saturation that has come in will give me the total volume of water extra that has come inside the porous medium. Again we are discounting any water that has been produced. Before we do integration we cancel out a phi, we divide by L. So if we divide by L, dx becomes a d xi, and this L limit will go to 1 because now xi goes from 0 to 1, and here a phi L we have divided by, so this will be 1. Now again here this we can integrate very easily because SWC is constant. D xi integration goes from xi 1 to 0, 1 minus 0, so this will be SWC multiplied by 1. For integrating this part we again use integration by part. SW constant, integral of d xi from 0 to 1 minus integration of xi derivative of SW again going from 0 to 1, and again xi dsw can be replaced using this with tau dfw. So if we replace this with tau dfw, this will become, so I am writing it here, so this will become SW xi going from 0 to 1 minus tau dfw, which we need to integrate from 0 to 1. Tau again is constant. So now if we put in limits here, this will come out to be SW1 multiplied by 1, and at xi is equal to 0, xi becomes 0, so I am not writing this. So SW1 multiplied by 1 is this quantity. What I want to do is I want to do this integration. So in this integration tau dfw, tau comes out, and we need to integrate dfw. Integration of dfw is fw, which we need to go from 0 to 1. Tau is constant. At xi is equal to 1, what is fw? Fw is fw1 at sw1, which is the saturation at xi is equal to 1. What is my fw? So it is fw1. So this will become tau fw1 minus again tau at xi is equal to 0. What is my fw? Because my water saturation is maximum, so my fw will be 1 because there is no oil flowing, because oil is at residual oil saturation, so this will be tau multiplied by 1. So tau comes out with a minus sign because we had a negative sign here, so with this minus sign tau comes out fw1 minus 1 minus SWC1, which comes from here. Now this I am writing here. So this SWC and SWC cancels out. So let me erase this now. So now this SWC and this SWC will cancel out. And when we rearrange this by taking tau and SWs separately, we will end up with this equation. So what does this equation mean? This equation means that when my SW1 reaches xi is equal to 1, at that point of time my this equation is still valid. If this equation is still valid, then 1 by tau will be equal to dfw by dsw of sw1. So that means if I know sw1, I can find tau, or if I know tau, I can find sw1. So if I know SW1, I can find at what time it will reach my xi is equal to 1. It is very easy because I will find slope, and my tau, the time that this SW1 will take to reach xi is equal to 1, will be inverse of this. But opposite that, given a tau which is greater than breakthrough time, what will be the water saturation at that tau at xi is equal to 1? For that, we need to take this inverse of tau 1 by tau, and then we need to find a particular SW. We need to keep drawing slopes, and we need to find a particular SW at which the slope is equal to 1 by tau. So this will become a little bit cumbersome but still doable, that if we are given a tau, we can still find SW1 at which my slope of FW versus SW curve is 1 by tau. So this is the slope. Now this slope is also equal to this quantity. And what is this quantity? So now let me draw an enlarged version of this. So suppose this is my SWF front saturation, this is my SW1. Now if I draw this slope, which is equal to 1 by tau, and this should be equal to this slope. Now this point is FW versus SW, this is this point. And what is this point? This point is 1, FW is equal to 1, and at this point we will get SW bar. If this is my point SW1 and I draw a tangent to it, where that tangent intersect FW is equal to 1 line, that point will give me my SW bar. So using that SW bar, we can also find what has been the oil recovery. So mathematically we have done these now. So how do we use this to find oil recovery? These we will do in the next video with the help of an example. Thank you.